Okay, so we've looked at some embedded forms. We've looked how to do an embedded form. We've looked how to do an embedded form with a hidden group, so automatically put something into a group, which is great for triggering automation and segmenting. Another way that we can do that without using groups is to we can have a hidden text field, and then we can segment based on that, and we can trigger based on that as well. Okay, so there is another help file based on this on the Mailchimp website, and I will put a link to that in the course description as well, so you can easily access that. But basically what we need to do is very similar to the hidden groups, but if you haven't seen that video, we're going to create a form. We're going to have a text field which is hidden, and we're going to pre-fill that text field in the embedded code, so that when somebody signs up via that particular form on a particular landing page, let's say for product X or landing page X for product X, then it will automatically put a sign-up source piece of information attached to the subscriber, so we know where the subscriber actually signed up from. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing we need to do is add the hidden field. So we're going to go to Audience, and we're going to go to Sign Up Forms, into the Form Builder, and we are going to add a text field. So as you can see, we've got Untitled here. I'm going to go in there. We're going to call it Sign Up Source, and we're going to give it the field tag of source. Simple as that. We're going to put it as hidden, and we are going to save that field. Okay, so that's what we've done here. So we've added a text field. We've called it sign up. We've called it sign up source, and we've given it the field tag of source. A bit different to here, but anyway, we set it to hidden and saved. So we're going to go to the embed code. So we go back to sign up forms, select embedded forms. We're going to stick to the classic mode. Yep, it's pretty much fine as it is. Copy this, Control C, and I'm going to jump into the website, and we're just going to put the code in the back end of the website. Now, if you've never inserted an embed code, basically it's a bunch of HTML code, as you can see here. And when you're in your website, whether it's WordPress, Squarespace, Wix, or some other platform, there's generally somewhere where you can put custom HTML code. Or even if you just paste it in a plain text area, it may convert it to a form anyway. Now that is dependent on the website builder. There's lots of different options out there. But generally, putting an embed code in your website is going to be doable. You just need to know exactly where to do it on your website. This is in WordPress, and it's using the Gutenberg builder. I do have a custom Themify builder installed here that I can put it into. But I'm just going to show you in the Gutenberg for speed and ease. I'm just going to select the custom HTML block, and I'm literally going to paste that code in there. And if we click on preview, we can see we've got the form. Now, at the moment, we've got that text field hidden. It's got no data in it, so when it gets when this form gets sent or filled in, because that text block is empty and hidden and people can't fill it in, then when it goes to Mailchimp, it'll be empty as well. So what we need to do in the code is tell it what value we want in that empty text box. So if we go down to further down here, as you can see, it says how to modify the embed code. So what we're looking for is something called form action, and this is the line of code that we are looking for. Okay, so we're going to go in here, and we're going to look for that form action. There we go, form action, like so. And what we need to do is at the end of the code for your form action URL, add this and merge. So we're going to copy this and merge equals value. Let's copy. And what we're going to do is put it at the end of the code for your form action URL. So straight after the URL, we're literally going to add the code there. So as we can see, just before the end of the URL, we've got the quotation marks and then method. So let's go into that code. So there it is. This is the URL here, all the way across, and then we've got the quotation marks there and method. So we're literally going to paste that there. Let's do that now. Paste. Okay, so what does it tell us to do next? It tells us to replace the merge with your hidden field tag. So what did we call it? Let's go back to our sign up form, form builder. So there's our hidden field, and the field tag we said was source. So we're going to replace the word merge, and we're going to write SOURCE. Okay, and replace the word value with the form's location information you'd like to send to Mailchimp. So for example, so if this is a landing page for product X or service X, then we want it to sort of show up as maybe landing page X. So that's what we're going to call it here. Landing underscore page underscore X. No spaces. Okay. And I'm literally going to update that. Yeah, so now let's give it, so we've updated it. Let's view the page. So yeah, we can see we've got the form, we've got the first name, last name, email address, and the data use agreement. The text field is hidden, we can't see it, we can't change it, but it's now got a value in it. The code is going to tell it when it's submitted to submit a value. So let's just put in some details in here for somebody. So do this at hotmail.com. We agree to the data use agreement, and we can click on subscribe. Okay, that has gone through. So what we should find now is if we go to our audience and let's look at our contacts, we can see we've now got this this sign up source column in our list that we'd never used to have. So we've created that. And as we can see, we've now got this person here who signed up via landing page X, which is exactly what we put down. So if we click on their details, we can see now in profile information, we've got sign up source landing page X. Now what you can do is you can recreate that for as many different landing pages as you need, so as many different offers if you've got. If you've got landing pages on different parts of your website, then maybe you can put, home page, about page, a blog post as your sign up source. So every time somebody signs up, you've got this profile information. You can see what happens. You can see somebody where they sign up from. So it's really handy. Now what we can do as well now is we can actually use this to trigger an automated email. Or we can use it for creating segments as well. So when we go to automated emails, which is a little bit later on in the course, not too far to go, I'll show you an example of how to trigger an automated email with that. Well, if we go back to our audience, view contacts, we can use these now to use in a segment. So we've seen how to segment with groups, and we've seen all the other information in here as well. But now what we've got is under merge fields, we've got sign up source, and we've got sign up source is, and we can type the details in there. So we can put in landing page X, and then if we preview the segment, we've got one person in there, and we can save that as a segment. We can target those people, we can send them a campaign, just like we have done with other segments a segmented groups of people as well. So yep, we can do that. That's the hidden form. Really, really handy feature to have if you're doing embed code.